There we go. Here we go. Let's get it. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Day three of the St. Croix, beautiful St. Croix edition of the daily Move Swiftly thought. Resourcefulness, all right? Being resourceful. So much of this trip, one of the difficult tasks. Now, for those, again, I'll do a deeper dive on this, but I'll give you just a briefing. For the past 2 days, the reason I'm in St. Croix is because there have been 2 speaking engagements that I had to attend. One was at St. Croix Monastery School, and the other was yesterday at the Carambola Hotel. I was on a panel discussion talking sports, tourism, technology, all those kinds of things. All right, so those 2 speaking gigs are done now. For the rest of the trip, it's going to be more of an enjoyment. Not that I didn't enjoy doing those speaking gigs, but in terms of just the logistics and getting people there and all that kind of stuff was a real headache because, like I was telling you earlier, or a couple of days ago, the person responsible for getting rides there, she didn't want to just send anybody, and there was a situation where the person in which she was going to send had a situation with her car, and she just didn't want to risk it, right? So the logistics and getting people to where they need to be and all that has been an absolute nightmare, right? So this is why I want to talk to you guys today about the concept and the importance of being resourceful. When you are resourceful, people want to work with you. You get calls back. People want to deal with you. All right. I got two examples to share with you guys. 2 quick examples. It was actually 2 days ago now at the St. Croix Monastery School, and the person who coordinated this entire event was a lady named Robin. And after the workshop, after I hosted the workshop at St. Croix Monastery, she was supposed to be there. I hosted a workshop at 10, and I told her I was going to be done by 11, so she was supposed to be there at 11 to take me back to my hotel. She had planned, I guess she had misread something, and she had planned to be there at 12, right? Because she had to pick other people up from the airport and go from the airport to St. Croix Monastery. All that kind of stuff was going to be just a headache. So she was like, look, I could be there at 12. Now, instead of her having to come back to the school at 12, the lady who coordinated things at the school, her name is Marcy, shout out to Marcy. Marcy was like, look, I'll just drop you back. And then I texted Robin, I asked her, would it be helpful if Marcy just dropped me back to the hotel and then you don't have to worry about coming all the way to the hotel and all that kind of stuff. And her reply specifically was super helpful, all right? That's example number 1, understanding the resourcefulness. Again, if you have the ability to help someone out and they want to work with you and all that kind of stuff, these are the things now that make it so when people put on other events, they make sure they call you. All right. Now, one of the major things that happened to me that I realized, look, when I was reading about the place I'll be staying, by the way, I'm staying at the Landing, which is a great hotel. It's fully furnished hotel. When I read that it's going to be fully furnished online, I had just assumed that they were going to have laundry detergent, right? So they did not. So as you can see, I run every morning. I sweat a lot. I do laundry virtually pretty much every 2 days, and it was a hassle because I had the speaking engagement. So here's what happened, right? The dryer that people normally use at this hotel, it was actually broken. So I spoke to the owner of the hotel, and they said the dryer will be back in time for me to get everything together and get everything washed before the actual panel discussion, which happened yesterday. So here's what happened. All right, I didn't have any detergent because I thought they were going to supply the detergent. With the room and all that. So I texted Robin because she's constantly messaging me and asking me if there's anything I need. Do I need anything? Yada yada yada. And then one of the things I actually told her I needed was detergent. So it was the night before. So this is the night of the day. It was 2 nights ago. Yeah, 2 nights ago now, where I went to the Carambola for a meet and greet. This is the day before the panel. And I was dropped back. And before the person who dropped me back, before he, took me back to the hotel, I went to the gas station and got my own detergent, right? And then the next day I was able to wash, and then they fixed the dryer and all that stuff, and everything was fine. But here's the point of me telling you all this is, Robin was willing. She was willing to drive over to my hotel and drop over some Tide drops so I could wash my clothes and everything would be straight. And then I told her, I'm like, no, don't worry about it. I picked up some detergent last night. And then she goes, how did that happen? Yada, yada, yada. And, I told her, hey, look, I'm resourceful and all that kind of stuff, right? So the point of me breaking all that down for you is when you do want to work with people, if you're looking for people to work with, and if you want to get those calls back and get opportunities and all that kind of stuff, you yourself have to become a very resourceful person. And that's when people start appreciating the fact that they're working with you and you specifically. All right. As I mentioned to you the past couple of days, there's going to be a whole lot more from this trip. Just stay tuned. Look out for a written article on it going to be coming out in a couple of weeks, and a full podcast episode coming out, and just kind of documenting the trip in its totality. All right. Main website to check out to dive deeper into my work, makeyourmove.com. That's makeyaamove.com. One-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Check it out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.